What I'm going to be discussing today, some people might find a bit off topic, but to me, it's not. A couple weeks ago, probably about a month ago, when the news first broke that Elon Musk might buy Twitter, his main goal of what he said he wanted to do was to open source the algorithm. Let people know exactly what this algorithm is doing, tweak it so it's not spying on you or collecting data or things like that. But I think it needs to go a step further for the simple fact that I posted something on social media yesterday basically stating I thought it was a good idea that they open source all algorithms so that we as consumers know what's being done to our information. And there was something very surprising that happened. So if you will, bear with me today. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant, and that's what we're going to do today on eBuzz Central. Today's video is brought to you by OnlyOffice. If you want to go to their website, it's onlyoffice.com. Are you presently running something like a Google Docs or using Microsoft Online? Do you know that all of your emails, photos, and everything they have access to, they can read, they can use for whatever they want? Don't believe me? Go look it up. You don't have that problem with OnlyOffice. It's a secure office and productivity suite. Now, if you scroll down on their website, you've got OnlyOffice Docs, which is collaborative online document editors. You got spreadsheets, documents, presentations, and forms. It's got the highest compatibility with Microsoft Office, easy integration with ready-to-use connectors, and WOPI support and well-documented API. And then you also have OnlyOffice Workspace. Do you have a business? You can run your entire business through OnlyOffice. It's got document, email, CRM, projects, calendar. It's got enhanced security features, including private rooms, LDAP and Active Directory authentication, compliance, and international security standards. And speaking of security, let's go over here and let's take a look at the security real quick. It lets you know we provide a comprehensive range of security tools and services, keeping your data safe on all fronts. Host solutions on premises, encrypt documents and data, customize access settings, and connect authentication services, and manage access rights to protect yourself from unauthorized access, data leaks, and insider actions. Now let's go back real quick, and one of my favorite things I like about it, it's available for Windows, Mac OS, and for Linux. If you use Linux, you can get OnlyOffice. It is a great tool. You can also get it on the Google Play Store for your Android phone or at the Apple iTunes Store for your iPhone. So zip on over and check it out, onlyoffice.com. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Now, let's get to the video. I want to start this video off by basically covering something that popped up in the news and kind of ties in to my rant. When I posted what I did about Elon Musk and wanting to make the algorithm open source so we as consumers can see what's going on and exactly what Twitter is blocking from everybody, who they're siding with, and things like that. Some people were pretty positive about it, but I did have people tell me that it doesn't matter. They're never going to release it. You know, we use all these products and we're happy with them, and basically the sheep answer, if there's a lack of a better word. Well, today, over 200 apps on the Play Store have been caught spying on Android users using something called Face Stealer. These apps are fitness apps, photo editing apps, puzzle apps, things like that. It's got Face Stealer inside of it. Similar to the Joker, which is another piece of mobile malware, Face Stealer changes its code frequently so it can spawn MIDI variants. Now, what it's stealing is user credentials and other valuable information. Might be passwords, might be bank account information. You never know what it could be. But all you ever hear is, especially with the Microsoft videos that I did last week, and the trolls came out of the woodwork and said the applications would be more controlled and it's better for your environment and Microsoft will be able to double check them. Well, we're talking about Google right now. Google, one of the biggest in Silicon Valley to provide users what they want. Phones that tell them where they need to go, where they're at, what they're doing. There's a reason for that. It's because they have all of your information. And now we've got apps in their store, one of the protected stores, it's Google protected, that is stealing our information and stealing our user credentials. Okay, this is what happens when you trust a big corporation with your information. That's what people don't understand. It's almost like 10 years ago when you had the big iCloud leak and all those celebrities had nude photos that popped out everywhere. But it was safe. It was on Apple servers. It was on the cloud, which isn't a cloud. It's another person's computer. And people just don't understand that. They don't understand that when you give your information to somebody else to protect, It's not safe. It isn't anywhere safe. That's why I believe open source has got to be the future. You've got to be able to control your own info and control everything that you do. And don't entrust it with a corporation, because your well-being is not their number one priority. You're nothing more than a dollar sign to them. And if you don't believe that, you are a fool. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's not made up. It's what they're doing. Now, it states in this article, of the 200 apps, 42 are VPN services, followed by a camera, which is 20, and photo editing applications, which is 13. In addition to harvesting credentials, the apps are also designed to collect Facebook cookies and personally identifiable information associated with the victim's account. Personally identifiable information. And this was on the Google Play Store. This was on the Google Protected Store. They don't want you to sideload apps because they might be dangerous for you. But the apps that are on the store are completely safe. Go ahead and download them. Not. And then they also had fake crypto apps. And some of these fake crypto apps, such as Crypto Mining Farm, Your Own Coin, took it one step further by also attempting to steal private keys and mnemonic phrases or seed phrases that are used to recover access to a cryptocurrency wallet. But remember, they're approved apps. They were vetted by Google to be put on the Google Play Store. You're not safe. You're not safe with your Android phone. You're not safe with your iPhone. And then I'm going to have people pop up in the comments and go, well, this isn't happening all the time, and this isn't what these phone apps are designed to do. Not all apps do this. Every single app takes your information. Let me repeat that again, and I will say it slower. Whether you're on a PC or a smartphone or a tablet, and you download an application from their store, you are being monitored. Your info is being sold or collected. It isn't safe. It doesn't matter what you're downloading. If you get it from their stores, this is what's happening. And even some of the ones that you download or sideload or whatever you want to call it aren't safe either. Open source apps are. And one of the advantages of open source apps is, if you remember here not too far back, when Audacity got caught collecting information, we were able to, 1, download the source code, 2, inspect that code, and 3, find out that that was in the code. We were able to do that because the code was open source. We could see it, we could look at it, and we could find the problem and then alert other users about it. You can't do that when you have things that are closed source or proprietary. You don't know what they're collecting or what they're doing. Now, one of the main reasons that made me think about doing this video is I had a totally different plan today. But yesterday, I decided to post a few things across social media, basically backing up that I think open source is very important moving forward with social media or anything that you're actively using on a daily basis that could steal your information. Some of the social media I use is like MeWe. I've got some Linux groups I like to be a part of there. I also like posting on there. I like posting my YouTube videos and, of course, general things that I talk about in the open source community. And I also have a presence on LinkedIn. I like LinkedIn because I can reach a lot of people that I do business with and a lot of people that are Linux activists as well. It's just a nice place to be sometimes. And then, of course, I'm on Twitter. I post a lot of my YouTube videos here. Plus, I follow a lot of other Linux projects on Twitter. I follow a ton of them, actually. I like to stay up to date, and I like to hear what's happening quickly in the Linux community. Now, yesterday, when I made my post, I posted it on MeWe, Twitter, LinkedIn, and on Facebook. And when I posted on Facebook, I basically stated, I think that open source is very important. I think that it is definitely the future, and we as consumers, to stay protected, need to be able to inspect code, or if we can't inspect code, if we're not intelligent enough to do it, that there are other people in the Linux community or the open source community that could actually inspect that code and get back to us and say, hey, this is what this code is doing. I basically put those feelings onto a Facebook post. And here's what I woke up to at 12:03 a.m. this morning. Review requested. My Facebook account had been disabled because of a post I made. I don't post anything but my videos from YouTube or my open source comments. I don't even post pictures of my kids on there anymore. It's basically a business Facebook page, but I still have it under my name and then subtexted with eBuzz Central. I requested a review, and here I sit. Over 12 hours later, they're still reviewing it, and they tell me if they don't agree with it, they're going to be able to leave my account disabled. I'm not big on Facebook. I don't use it for what other people use it for. I don't use memes. I don't do anything. I use it for information. I like to go into the Linux groups, and then I like to post about Linux or open source. And here's what Facebook did. I put something on a Facebook post that said that Facebook should open source their algorithm as well so that we can see what they're doing to us. And I was shut down less than 2 hours later. Here's where I am today. Here's my Facebook page right now. Here's eBuzz Central. Now, if you're telling me this isn't censorship, if you're telling me that these big tech companies, because this is their platform and they have control over whatever they want and they can do whatever they want, this isn't right. This is censorship. This is looking at something you don't agree with and flipping a switch and shutting them off. It's an Orwellian way to keep information from people. It's an Orwellian way to keep control of people. And it's an Orwellian way to say, you don't need to learn anything. You just need to play games and you just need to post memes, because everything else that is of any context or any content, we are going to shut down. Now, if you disagree with anything I've said, or you think I'm a loony and I am a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, drop it in the comments below. I'm more than happy to read the comments. I really am. But thank you guys for letting me rant today. What do you think? Do you think they have too much power? I mean, I know it is their platform. They've created it and they write the rules, but at the same time, are the rules fair for everybody across the board? If somebody was on there denouncing open source, would they disable their account or would they let it ride? Because I think they would let it ride for the simple fact that Facebook wants to keep that money coming in. And from what I've heard, their last quarter, for the first time since Facebook has been invented, they have lost users. They have lost a lot of users. And if I remember, they've lost money for the first time, and it's in the billions. Billions. So they're going to be a little bit more protective of what gets posted on their social network. Once again, thank you guys for letting me rant today. If you agree or disagree, please drop it in the comments below. If you get a chance, zip on over, take a look around the eBuzz Central store. If you find something you like, go ahead and pick it up. If you'd like to see something on the store that's not there, please drop that in the comments below and we'll do our best to get it up there for you. Do me a favor before you leave today. Please like, subscribe, or follow my channel. It doesn't cost anything. And if you guys end up not liking me, you can always unsubscribe. If you like the channel and enjoy the videos that we're doing, you can support us by becoming a member to the channel, buying us a cup of coffee, zipping on over to PayPal and throwing us a donation, or you can go over to Patreon and become a patron to the channel. Those links will be in the description below. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next video.